We're live.
We're live.
Miles Biggs at the beach live. Miles, we've been having all kinds of this StreamYard and LinkedIn thing. I don't know. That's the third time that we go live and we hit all the other platforms, but for whatever reason, the whole LinkedIn thing is not connecting. So that's the second time. How you doing, man? You look like you got a little sunburn.
Yeah, a little color. Actually, funny story. I fell asleep on the beach and I had sunblock everywhere, but
Right.
my eyelids, like for whatever reason, I just didn't close my eyes and rub it on. And I woke up the next morning. It looked like someone punched me in the face. My eyes were all swollen because I had sunburn on my eyelids.
Right.
So there's a lesson for everyone watching. Don't forget the eyelids.
Let's see. Close your eyes. I want
Now
to
I'm
see
back
them.
in action.
They all. I love it. And you're getting in shape while you're there. You were telling me you're doing some psychedelic spin classing where they shut off the lights, hit the music.
Yeah, it's called Cycle Bar. So it's basically like a nightclub with spin cycles in it. They turn the lights out and have different colored lights and music and basically dancing on the bike while you're getting your workout in.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. So I
Adventurous.
know you're on vacation. We're not going to take too much of your time, but we got some good things coming up in the future and having some more people come on. So you were going to talk to Dennis and have him come on. Tell us a little bit about Dennis.
Yeah, so lost words, sorry. But yeah, so Dennis, who I haven't talked to yet. So Dennis, if you see this, I still need to talk to you, but I'm calling you out publicly here that we'd like to have you on the show. His name is Dennis Mckinley, and I met Dennis about 1.5 years ago, and he runs a mastermind community. And which is, if you're not familiar with a mastermind is sort of, it's a group of like-minded people who are all sort of pursuing the same thing, but coming at it from different angles.
Right.
And you meet once a week, and it's all over Zoom, and you work through different topics of personal development or business development. And it's nice. It's like having your own sort of, in some ways, kind of like a therapy circle, right? Where you talk through the problems you're facing and get ideas and advice from people that have possibly been through it before. And so Dennis has started this community that I started as a member of, and now I also help lead those mastermind calls with him. And he's just got a really cool story about how he started it and just the mindset that he's cultivated and his own personal development journey. He wrote a book about it, and it helps fuel some of the teachings that he preaches out there. So I think he'd have a really cool story about what it's like starting a business, sort of a lifestyle business. Running the community allowed him to quit his job, and he had renovated an ambulance at one point and was driving around the country, waking up in a different state each day to run this group. And then now he's got a job again. So it's just, he's got a cool story about how it's not always a linear path, right? Like sometimes think of the corporate climb. He's evidence of doing it a different way, but still doing it his way and having fun. So I just really think he'd have a lot to contribute to this conversation around influence and how he networks with people to increase his own influence and then help other people's increase theirs.
Yeah. No, that's exciting. And then we're also going to have Byron Lazine coming on. Byron has his own radio show here in New England and New York City and New York State. So he's a real estate broker. He's a realtor. He's an investor. And he's a speaker nationally and maybe even internationally at this point. But Byron's going to bring a lot to the table. So when you coming home, man, we got to get back to our regular programming here.
I might never be coming home. No, but we're leaving Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'll be back next Thursday in my office. Yeah.
Well, that's it, right? And things are heating up with COVID again, so you got to be careful where you're at and everywhere. So it's what it is.
Yep.
I thought the heat killed that thing. I guess they were wrong about that. Didn't they say at one point the hot summer's days kill it? But all right.
Yeah, I heard that it can't survive on surfaces for half an hour. But I guess if someone breathes directly on you, right, that's
for sure.
It's not like it's just sitting someplace to die. So that's
right. Well, listen, if you guys are joining us, we tried going live earlier, but we're having some issues with our LinkedIn live stream. They always do that. That's the third time that's happened in our world. Hey, good morning, George Ryman. Wishing he was at the beach. I put that up a minute ago. Did you see that? What's happening, George?
Yeah. I'll
And
enjoy it for you, George.
then we look at that. Look at that character. You know who that character is?
Etienne.
Etienne.
Yeah.
Etienne is going to be on our show tomorrow, Miles.
Oh, cool.
Building science. We're going to be talking about house wraps and what have you. And I have to tell you, I was up there yesterday. We did a live stream from SIGA National Training Center, Miles. I actually went through the training. Don't laugh.
Yeah? They teach you something. Teach you something you didn't know?
They taught me a lot that I don't know. You know, being that you were the manager of one of the largest modular home builders in the Northeast. How we wrap houses and the things we're doing is a heck of a lot different than we've been doing it in the building world. And I tell you what I did learn. I learned the importance of an airtight envelope. I learned the importance of the right products. I learned the importance of the science behind why we're doing it. And the most important thing is the health issues that our houses are causing us by not doing it the right way, you know, and that's for another conversation. But yeah, that was probably one of the best things I've done is be up there in New Hampshire, Salem, New Hampshire, going through the training. And it was a lot of fun too, because I actually had to do the install. They have this whole mock building set up and everything. So you want to talk about a good marketing tool and also a good way to brand something. You know, they're doing it that way, and it's free training. At least as of right now, it's free training for anybody that wants to sign up for it. You should go.
Yeah, I should go. I think it's cool. The whole you're talking about the health. I think that's super relevant right now with everything going on with COVID. I think it's going to be even more so that consumers, as they get more educated about respiratory-borne illnesses, I think that housing envelopes will become more of a conversation. Not just in marketing pieces. I think the consumers will actually understand it more and start to ask those types of questions. So it's good to get out ahead of it, train people to be able to answer those questions.
Yeah, for sure. You know, interestingly enough, on this topic, you know, and you know it as well as I do, the modular world, volumetric world, they don't do a really good job of marketing and increasing their influence at all. And I think, you know, they don't do training for builders either. Very few of them do. They have training. They have builder days where they like to wine and dine and love on their business a little bit. But
or you get you get a written manual that's 800 pages, but not the hands-on training of here's how to do it.
Yeah. Well, if I recall, right before you left, you started doing some of that stuff.
Yeah, we did, and I think they've continued to do it. But it's just gonna get more and more important. You know, as technology advances, you can't, because that's the thing, right? Right now, it's up to everyone to keep educating themselves. And this is true for every field, right? Because the world's not a static place. Once you learn something, it doesn't mean you know it forever. You know, it continues to evolve. So whether it's in home building or sales or marketing, what you originally trained in isn't going to be the best way to do it in a year from now. So unless people are seeking out that education themselves, then they're going to have to turn to someone to help provide it for them. And so SIGA doing that, they're really smart.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely super smart. All right, Miles. So let's just get into, you know, the one topic we were going to talk about, and that is increasing influence, and that's the importance of the branding. We've been kind of driving this home day in and day out. We had Nez on, we had Brandon on. You know, I'm hoping that, you know, we're going to have Byron Lazine on, Dennis on, and then there's a young kid that I asked to be on as well, Alex. And Alex is using video to personal brand on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn's a big platform right now. And what is the importance of LinkedIn for businesses today?
I think it's super important. I mean, it's where the conversations are happening. You know, if anybody who's anybody that's well networked or in a position of influence within their own companies, they're on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And they're using LinkedIn as an educational resource. I personally like the news section of LinkedIn. I think it curates things very well for what I'm interested in, what I want to stay up to date on in my line of work. And so that's where people are. And so it's an opportunity for us to add to that conversation like we're doing right now. So it's very important. So him doing video, I mean, video is only getting bigger. Yeah. And from what I've seen of his, he's got an informational and almost a comedic approach to it, which is great especially when you're starting out, because that's what's shareable. And the more you share it, the more eyeballs you get in it, the more attention you get, the more influence you have, right?
Right.
So it's not always about being straight up academic about things. You've got to be relatable, and comedy is a great way to do that.
Right. And it's getting to be, we're starting to see a lot more creative people, the way they're approaching LinkedIn as well. They're kind of bringing some of those other social media platforms into the mentality into it and having some fun. And I kind of like seeing it, actually. It's better than the tried and true, tight, stuffy boardroom attitude that LinkedIn has been known for a long time. Now, I'm not saying let's talk about what you're having for dinner. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is we can be creative, we can have fun, we can learn, and we can help each other differently. It doesn't have to be all, suits and ties. Because you know what, Miles? I bet everybody else is like the rest of us on most of these calls. They're, they have the nice dress shirt on, but they're probably sitting in their underwear now because nobody's in boardrooms.
Sure. Well, that's sort of what Brandon said when we talked to him about how he wears a snapback hat and ripped jeans and t-shirts, and he's still the CEO. He's still running his own company. It doesn't make him any less intelligent just because he likes to dress comfortably.
Well, that's
look at me. I'm wearing a tank top right now. There you go.
Oh, look, there's an advertisement for Integra. I didn't even know that was coming out. But does that work?
That's funny. That works.
The snapback hat. I don't know if I can do it that way. But you need a hat, my friend, so your head doesn't burn. All right. So we had a little bit of a late start today. Either way, listen, we're gonna have Dennis on. Hopefully, Alex is going to be joining us as well as Dominic and Byron Lazine. Byron Lazine's going to bring a lot of energy and a lot of fun. One, he's on the radio all the time, which is makes him a natural when it comes to just chatting away and talking. So we're going to have fun with that if he doesn't steal the show. And two, he's in real estate and he understands the markets. He understands the shifts. The other thing he understands is there going to be a market crash? I know that doesn't have anything to do with that increasing influence. However, I think people in our industry and real estate in general need to be ready for that. And I do believe that now is the time that you need to really keep increasing what you're doing on social media in your business if you're going to stay relevant, especially when the market crashes, because that thins out the herds when the market goes down. I'm not saying it's going down.
That. Well, that's the thing. It will go down. It doesn't have to be tomorrow, but eventually what goes up must come down, right? Like anything, there will be a time when there's a decrease in the market again, and you can't plan for it, just like we can plan for what's happening with coronavirus. But you've seen the people that have prospered during this downturn, even though it hasn't been a total downturn, right? Are the people that were already active. They're already doing it. It's just the same old adage of, investing in the stock market. You can't just plan for the decrease. You got to be in the game to take advantage of the downtime when it comes and buy stocks at a lower price. You got to be creating content now. You got to be educating people now. You've got to be building your digital footprint and influence now, so that when the downturn happens, people, when they need something, because that people are going to react in a panic and say, "Holy crap, who should I go to tell me what's happening right now?" And they're going to go to the people that they've been following already, that have been already providing content, not just some new person that doesn't have an established track record yet. Yeah. So it's very important.
Absolutely. All right,
you mentioned Dominic too. I didn't get a chance.
Huh?
I didn't get a chance to talk to Dominic yet. You mentioned Dominic, but I didn't get a chance to talk about him yet, like I did Dennis. So
yeah, go ahead.
It's another person I'd like to get on. So Dominic, if you're watching this, I know I owe you a conversation. I'll send you the link to this video. Now you have to do it. Dominic Ruffran is somebody that I met through Dennis in that mastermind group, and he's a former NFL player. He played for the Falcons, and now he is in the financial world, and he does LinkedIn very well. He does a lot of videos on LinkedIn, and it's kind of a mix of the honing your mindset and personal development, but how you can apply it to money management and even your career. And he just comes at it with a lot of confidence and just a heck of a, you think about what it takes to play in the NFL, right? And just the fortitude somebody has to have to train like that over and over again. And he just applies that mindset to his business. And he's a very interesting guy. So I think he'd be a great person to have on to interview as well. So hopefully we get him lined up soon.
No, that'll be great. I think it'll be great. I mean, definitely we're going to have these people coming on. I think it's great that you took some time off to relax and get your mind sorted and chill out and spend time with family. I think that's a very important thing. That's why these last two shows have been what they are. We're kind of keeping them simple. So so you can actually focus on relaxing a little bit. And then when I go away, you're going to run the show. Every one of them.
There you go.
Every one of them. No, just
Yeah.
kidding. So
Every one of them 6. 6
That's
shows.
right.
Yeah, I'll just be like, hello, let's talk about building science. I don't know anything about this. Who can I get on to talk?
well, I know somebody. You could have Etienne on. You could have Mark Willie. There's plenty of them that have plenty to say
There you
about
go.
building science. That's an easy one to get people to come on to. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Miles, you have yourself a wonderful vacation. I'm looking forward to having Byron on and what have you. And we're going to get back to putting our regular broadcast show stuff up starting next week with some strong outlines, some strong headliners like we've been having. I mean, come on, we've had Professor Nez, we've had Brandon Palusic. I mean, there's some big players. So there's some other ones we're going to bring on that are going to be a lot of fun for everybody. And I look forward to doing that.
Yeah, likewise.
So enjoy your time down there. Do me a favor and put some sunscreen on your eyelids and be safe.
All right.
All right, guys. All right, man. I'm Dave Cooper, Miles Biggs. Miles, we'll see you Thursday next week. Enjoy your time at the beach, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, see you guys next week.
All right. Bye now. Bye now.